Hearts win 5th straight. Other Friday scores. The Effingham Hearts posted their 5th straight victory Friday night and remained undefeated in Apollo Conference play with a 41-6 win over the Mahomet Seymour Bulldogs. The homecoming game at Closterman Field was heard on 979XFM and www.979XFM.com. Effingham, with a 5th win, is now playoff eligible, but needs one more win to guarantee a playoff spot. Of course, a conference championship would mean an automatic playoff berth. The Hearts' defense kept Bulldogs quarterback Dawson Finch on the run all night. Meanwhile, the Hearts' offense cranked out 6 touchdowns. After Mahomet Seymour failed to convert on its first possession, the Hearts got the ball on the Bulldogs' 11-yard line. On the first play from scrimmage, running back Terrence Hill took the ball across the goal line. Danny Hortenstein's first of 5 extra points gave Effingham a 7-0 with 11:04 still remaining in the first quarter. Effingham grinded out a 17-play, 82-yard drive to score with 10:26 left in the second period on a 3-yard run by Hill. The extra point made it 14-0. The Hearts scored again with 7:12 left in the second quarter at the end of a 4-play, 72-yard drive capped by a 65-yard touchdown run by Hill and an extra point to make it 21-0. Effingham scored again with 6:21 left in the third quarter at the end of a 12-play, 59-yard drive that ended with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Landon Wolf to Logan Smith and the extra point to make it 28-0. 3 minutes later, Hill scored on a 14-yard run to cap a 4-play, 20-yard drive and an extra point to make it 35-0. Effingham scored one last touchdown with 10:47 left in the game on a 2-yard run by Hill to cap a 6-play, 28-yard drive to make it 41-0. The continuous clock kicked in for the third straight week. Mahomet Seymour finally scored on the last play of the game on a 1-yard run by Lucas Morgan as time expired. Effingham racked up 20 first downs, 15 on the ground and 5 through the air. The Hearts rushed the ball 48 times for 269 yards and scored 5 of the 6 touchdowns on the ground. The Hearts were 11 of 16 passing for 108 yards and a touchdown. Effingham ran 64 plays to 48 for Mahomet Seymour, but Effingham had 377 net yards to 60 for the Bulldogs. Mahomet Seymour had 4 net yards at halftime. It was another big night for Hill, who rushed for 267 yards on 38 carries with 5 touchdowns. Also rushing for Effingham, Nathan Shackelford, 2 carries for 7 yards, Landon Wolf, 5 for -9, and Dante Latham, 3 for 4 yards. Wolf quarterbacked a majority of the contest, hitting on 11 of 15 passes for 108 yards and a touchdown. Shackelford missed on his only attempt. Logan Smith caught 4 passes for 50 yards and a touchdown, Dylan Busher, 2 catches for 17 yards, Jordan McCabe, 3 for 21, Terrence Hill, 1 for 11, and Cameron Colber, 1 for 9. Logan Smith punted 4 times for 137 yards. Dylan Busher had a 6-yard punt return. Jordan McCabe had 2 interceptions, 1 for 3 yards, another for 10 yards. Danny Hortenstein kicked off 7 times for 364 yards. Frank Schneiderjohn had a fumble recovery. For Mahomet Seymour, Lucas Morgan rushed for 21 yards and a touchdown on 8 carries, and Dylan Gates rushed 10 times for 24 yards. Dawson Finch was 5 for 23 passing for 30 yards and 2 interceptions. Here's the tackle sheet. Jarrett Jones -4, 3 solos, Parker Seacrest -2, plus a sack, Kendall Ballman -3, 2 solos, Braden Hasty -4, 3 solos, Jordan McCabe -2, 1 solo, Cody Line -1, solo, Frank Schneiderjohn -5, all solos, plus a sack, Logan Brown -2, both solos, Alec Morrissey -1, solo, Mason Hasty -4, 3 solos, Ben Schutte -2, both solos, Luke Spencer -1, solo, Haven Prather -1, solo, Logan Arend -1, solo. Effingham is now 5-1 on the season, 4-0 in the Apollo Conference. Mahomet Seymour is now 3-3 and 2-2 in the Apollo. The Hearts travel to Charleston for their final regular season road game next Friday night. Mahomet Seymour will play host to MT Zion next Friday in conference action. Here's a look at Friday night's matchups. Effingham 41, Mahomet Seymour 6. Lincoln 40, Charleston 14. Mount Zion 26, Mattoon 17. Taylorville 28, Alton Marquette 7. Newton 50, Flora 7. Cumberland 41, Oblong 6. Salem 56, Casey Westfield 30. Quincy Notre Dame 49, Breeze Mater Dei 14. Hamilton West Hancock 68, Macomb 20. Red Hill 32, Marshall 6. Robinson 35, Lawrenceville 9. Paris 42, Olney Richland County 20. Pana 48, Hillsborough 34. Vandalia 76, Staunton 29. Shelbyville 44, Macon Meridian 7.